Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Friday, December 2nd, 2022, and giving you our parlay picks, match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. Also, check out our perks and join the High Stakes membership. Joining the High Stakes membership is easy, is cheap, but it will help a lot in the growth process of this channel. Plus, if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. By becoming a member of the High Stakes Patreon, you will have access to our best team picks, total picks, parlay picks and much more. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting predictions that ends up costing you a lot of time and money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Our first parlay pick is Boston Celtics vs Miami Heat. Celtics -8 points. Just 48 hours after squaring up at TD Garden, the Heat and Celtics run it back in what will be the third of 4 meetings this regular season. Miami's offensive production was on a high level in that game, as they scored 121 points, shooting 52.5% from the field and 45% from three. However, they couldn't do much on the other end, as the Celtics dropped 134 points. Realistically, nobody expected the Heat to win that game. This team is currently without several role players and their main guy Jimmy Butler, who is questionable once again with a knee injury. It might be a good idea to wait and see if he plays before making any bets on this game. What else can we say about the Celtics that hasn't been said already this season? They are on pace to shatter the best defensive record in league history, and it's not even close. This team is posting an offensive rating of 121.5. The next closest team are the Phoenix Suns at 116.5. The difference between the Celtics and the Suns is the same as between the Suns and the Philadelphia 76ers, who rank 16th. Those type of numbers are just absurd. Jason Tatum is also playing at an MVP level. He destroyed Miami with 49 points and 11 rebounds on Monday night. Jaylen Brown and Malcolm Brogdon each had 26 and 21 points respectively. The Heat might be in for another long night here. It's hard to not pick the Celtics, even with this big of a spread to cover. They are on a run of 10 wins in a row at home, 8-1 in their last 9 versus East teams, and 7-1 at TS in their last 8 versus Southeast Division teams. Back Boston with confidence. Milwaukee Bucks vs Los Angeles Lakers. Lakers +8 points. Los Angeles, 8-12 straight up and 8-12 against the spread, defeated Portland with a fresh starting lineup of Dennis Schroeder, Austin Reeves, Patrick Beverley, James, and Anthony Davis. The new look lineup shot 33 for 59, 55.9% from the field, scoring 91 points with a combined plus-minus of +30. The only starter who didn't have a positive plus-minus was Beverley, who was a -1. The Blazers couldn't figure out the Lakers' new group, which leaned on a reinvigorated James, 12 for 18 and 6 of 8 from 3, who proved his ankle is just fine. The Bucks are finding their footing a quarter of the way through the season and will benefit from the return of Middleton, who missed all of last season's EC semifinals and the first 20 games of this season. While the Bucks are 15-5, their schedule will be trying, with a game at least every other day until December 26. The 31-year-old Middleton averaged 20.1 points, 5.4 rebounds, and 5.4 assists last season, one of 17 players to average 25.5. His offensive contributions can't be overlooked, especially given the team's lack of scoring production without him. The Los Angeles Lakers go on the road to face the Milwaukee Bucks in a marquee matchup. The Bucks are expecting to have Chris Middleton make his season debut tonight, as he has been out dealing with an injury he suffered last season in the playoffs. For the Bucks to be laying 8 points as a favorite is kind of a bit much considering how the Lakers are playing right now. If it wasn't for that collapse against the Indiana Pacers on 11/28, where they gave up a 17-point lead in the fourth quarter and was defeated on a buzzer-beating 3-point shot, the Lakers would be on a 4-game winning streak heading into this matchup. If the Lakers somehow contain Giannis Antetokounmpo, who has scored 30 or more points in 5 straight games, I like the Lakers' chances to keep it close and cover the spread. Since returning to the Lakers' starting lineup, LeBron James has averaged 28 points per game. In the last game against the Portland Trail Blazers, LeBron scored 31 points, shooting 67% from the field, including going 6 for 8 from the three-point line. In the past 4 games, the Lakers as a whole improved their three-point shooting, as they are 39% from the field, which ranks in the top 3 in that span. The Bucks are in the bottom 10 in opponent three-point shooting percentage in the same 4-game span. This will be key for the Lakers to keep it within distance and cover the +8. Milwaukee is averaging 112.3 points on 45.6% shooting, including 34.9% from deep this year. Its offensive rating, adjusted for schedule, is 19th in the NBA. This is clearly a much different team without Middleton, Pat Connaughton, and Joe Ingles, but the Bucks should have its full arsenal of scorers back soon when Ingles returns. Our third parlay pick is San Antonio Spurs vs New Orleans Pelicans. Pelicans minus 7.5 points. The New Orleans Pelicans are seeking a third straight win. The squad is looking good, winning 4 out of their last 5 games, propelled by solid defense. They defeated the Thunder 105-101 on Monday and were 2.5-point dogs in a dominating 126-108 home win against the Raptors on Wednesday, despite missing key players. The Pelicans have covered in 1 out of their last 3 games. After a somewhat tougher schedule in their last 5 games, the Pelicans get to face their favorite opponent once again, and that's the San Antonio Spurs. They just beat them by 19 points on the road little over a week ago, with Zion Williamson dominating, scoring 32 points and grabbing 11 rebounds. The Spurs also didn't have an answer for big man Jonas Valanciunas, as he dominated, shooting 9 for 11 from the field and finished with 22 points and 10 boards. The Pels have been fairly consistent in covering the spread, doing so 6 times in their last 9 games and 5 times in their last 6 versus Southwest Division teams. Bettors haven't been happy with the San Antonio Spurs lately. This team has failed to cover in 7 games in a row. They are currently on a 9-game losing streak and just seem disinterested in winning. It's hard to pinpoint anything positive that's happened to this team as of late. Over their last 5 games they lost 3 times to the mediocre Lakers, which tells you everything you need to know really. The goal of this team is to finish with the biggest possible chance of landing the number 1 draft choice next year, and to do so, they have to lose as many games as possible. As underdogs, they have just 5 wins in 20 games this season. If the Pelicans aren't able to cover in games like these, then they have nothing to hope for come April or May. They've beaten their last 5 of 6 Western Conference opponents, backed them to cover once again. Zion Williamson continues to shine. The 22-year-old power forward has recorded at least 23 points in 3 out of his last 4 games, including a 32-point effort against the Spurs last week. Williams has posted an average of 23.1 ppg and 6.6 rpg. Brandon Ingram has missed the last few games due to a toe injury. The 25-year-old small forward is considered questionable for this one. Ingram is having another productive season, logging 20.8 ppg, along with 4.7 apg. CJ McCollum has missed the last 4 games due to health and safety protocol. He is cleared to play but sat out on Wednesday due to conditioning. He should be ready for this one. McCollum has eclipsed 20 points in 2 out of his last 4 games and enters with an average of 18.7 ppg and 6.1 apg.